hati-hati turunan, meaning careful, but I don't know what turunan means because we're going downhill now, very steep downhill. Very good road conditions though, smooth asphalt, no potholes so far. Hati-hati tigungan tajam, which I think means hard right-hand turn or a sharp curve ahead. And here it is here, my sharp curve. Selamat pagi. I'm trying out a variety of salamats during the day to see how it goes. Just passed a couple of guys on a couple of look like touring motorcycles. I'm going to turn the GoPro around and go see if I can have a chat with them. Selamat pagi. Anda bisa bicara bahasa Inggris?
Sedikit.
A little bit? Where did you come from? Dari?
Padang.
Where?
Padang.
Oh, Padang. Yeah. Ah, Padang.
Asli Pekanbaru.
And Pekanbaru. Holiday?
Kami kuliah. Yes.
College. Oh, go to school. Is that for changing gears or brake?
Changing gears.
Changing gears. And can you fix it?
Sedikit.
Yeah. Oh, actually so loose.
Aman.
Well, good luck.
Okay.
See you. No trucks. See you. Thank you, I will. So yeah, they seem to have a relatively serious problem with one of the motorbikes. Well, I guess maybe not so serious because it looks like they could still ride it and still change gears. But the lever that they use to, the foot pedal to change gears is very loose. But I didn't see any simple fix. It's not like a bolt had come loose. I thought if that was the case, I have some tools with me that can at least tighten a bolt and things like that. But it looked to be more than that. Selamat pagi. And I'm trying to master the question of, do you speak English? People seem to understand me when I say that. Whoa. I wasn't expecting the road to be this hilly this soon, but yeah, going up and down a lot. Another really steep downhill. Just before I encountered the motorcycle guys, I was saying that I'm practicing all of my salamats because according to what I've read in an Indonesian language podcast, I've learned all the various greetings. Selamat pagi for the morning, Selamat siang for midday, down to another bridge, crossing the same bodies of water, I think. Selamat sore for the afternoon, and Selamat malam for the evening or good night. But no one ever says any of those phrases to me. Ooh, very nice scenery right here. Like no one ever says, you know, salamat pagi. Everyone just says, hi, mister, or hello, things like that. But I just wanted to see whether these expressions actually work with local people. So I was saying salamat pagi, and then people, I think that the normal reply is just to say, you could say salamat pagi in return, or you could just say pagi. So if I say salamat pagi, they will just say pagi. You know, that's the reply. It's nice to see boats on the water. I don't know why, but it feels like for a long time I've been near rivers and bodies of water. Like the rivers near where I was in Thailand never had boats on them. Like there was no boat traffic of any kind, no fishing, no transportation, like very little going on in the way of boats. Except for, I guess, along the border with Myanmar. I remember boats going, you know, back and across the river, sort of a border crossing. But in general, you know, you just didn't see a lot of life on the rivers. And I think it was kind of the same in Malaysia. If I happen to be near a river, it's not like you would see a bunch of fishing boats. And there aren't a lot of boats here, but there are some. And it's always nice to see some boats on the water. And now that we've crossed the bridge, now we climb again. Hati-hati Tegungan. Tegunan. I think that means curve. So you settle into the pattern of turning the pedals slowly and climbing up the other side. Sounds like, I was going to say, it sounds like a gravel truck with a full load coming down, but I don't hear the air brakes releasing. Maybe it's just a generator or some sort of a motor on a farm. Oh no. Oh, okay, it is a truck, but he's parked at the side of the road. That's why I couldn't hear the air brakes. Looks like he's broken down as well. He's got a load of gravel. Hello. I always feel a certain kinship with truck drivers. More so than cars and motorcycles. I think they understand the geography of these roads. Whether they go up or down makes a big difference to how you drive your truck. And it gives them a sense of the steepness of the grade. People in cars, I don't think they feel it as much. Everything feels kind of the same. Modern cars put out so much power. They're so efficient. They have no trouble handling these grades. So they wouldn't necessarily understand the grade of a road and the effect it has on gravity. Yeah, it's a funny thing. As soon as you start cycling, you end up thinking about things like gravity. Because it's, you know, gravity is what I'm working with here to climb up the hill and go down the other side. You know, that's quite a powerful universal force when you think about it, affecting everything in the universe, everything pulling on everything else all at the same time. It's kind of a crazy concept. I've often thought that's very interesting from the perspective of, you know, the history of science, because before the modern times, of course, how would you even know that there was such a thing as gravity? You couldn't know. It would never even occur to you that something like that existed. You can feel weight going down towards the center of the earth, and that's just how things are. It would never occur to you to think about it. You know, it kind of takes a genius even to recognize that gravity exists, let alone explain it or come up with mathematics to describe it. Anyway. Those, my friend, are empty trucks. Going up this grade at that speed, they're not carrying a load of gravel, that's for sure. I have to stop from time to time just to get the sweat off my face. Otherwise I can't see, it all goes into my eyes. Ah, nice and quiet. Insects and birds. A lot of trucks. I just stopped here because I want to do a translation of this sign. Fairly certain I know what it means, but I want to know for sure. Hati. Hati. Be careful. Hati hati banyak. Banyak. Be careful a lot. Okay. Tegunan. Tegunan. Ah, okay, cool. Watch out for the many bends. Watch out for the many bends. Interesting. It's kind of funny as you slowly type in a phrase like that. Every time you add a word, it's not like it just takes what came before and adds a new word. The new word can go back and change the phrasing of the first words, you know? So like hati hati, banyak, tegunan, you know, be careful of many curves ahead. All right, there you go. It's like this section of road was recently paved, brand new asphalt. Another translation exercise. This one is hati hati tegunan. I don't know if it means a curve or an incline. So it didn't say tegunan in the last one too? Yeah, maybe it did. Oh yeah, this is hati hati banyak tegunan, which meant watch out for the many bends. So this one is just hati hati tegunan. And that would mean Watch out for the bend or the curve. Tikunan. Well, it actually translated as bend carefully. But I think more accurate would be, you know, watch out for the curve or watch out for the bend.
Bend carefully.
Oh, that's the English. Indonesian.
Hati-hati tikungan. Hati-hati tikungan.
Hati-hati tigunan. I've noticed that there's quite often a letter G in the words that is silent. When I was talking to the guys yesterday, there was something I kept saying with a G in it, and I would say tegungan, tegungan. I would pronounce the G hard or soft, and they say, no, you don't pronounce it at all. Just ignore it. Tegunan. Hati-hati tegunan. So, drink of water while I'm here. I'm not starting the day with as much water as I normally do. Like when I was cycling in, say, a place, you know, one of my very first big trips to Ethiopia and then to Guinea, different places, I would carry as much water as possible in the morning. And that water I had filtered myself the night before, because I would get water from the village well, and then I had my own Katadyn water filter, and I had to sit there for like 40 minutes pumping and filter all this water so that I'd have, you know, 10 liters of filtered water for the evening and the next day. But here you don't really need to do that because you can buy drinking water everywhere. I mean, this area is much less populated as Dumai to Pekanbaru. It feels much more remote here, but you're still passing all kinds of places where, you know, little restaurants, little diners where you can buy bottled water. So I don't have to start the day with as much water as I normally do. Another translation exercise. I've got quite a complicated sign there that I have to figure out what it is I have to be careful of. Hati-hati banyak tegunan ganda dengan tegunan awal ke kanan. So careful of the many curves, ganda, and then curves to somewhere. But let's hati-hati, be careful. Banyak, many. So that's be careful a lot. Then curves, tegunan. Watch out for the many bends. Now we add ganda. Oh, be careful of a lot of double bends. Of double bend, awal, early bend, K, to, K-N-A-N, to the right, kanan. Ah, okay. I think I've got it all put together here. I'll wait until these motors pass by. And then I'll read it aloud.
Hati-hati banyak tikungan ganda tikungan awal ke kanan.
Hati-hati banyak tegunan ganda tekunan awal ke kanan. Watch out for lots of double bends. First bend to the right. Wow, they get very specific with their warnings here. So I have to watch out for a lot of double bends. And the first one is to the right, which I can see. they're telling the truth. So What did double bends look like? I guess those would be snake. What would we say in English? Snake bend turns or something like that? Selamat siang. Oh, I wanted to greet that man, but then I couldn't remember the phrase for like midday. Siam. Selamat siam. Another warning sign. Hati-hati ada tikunan ke kiri. So careful of the curve, and I'm guessing ke kiri is to the left, because that curve goes to the left. So kiri must be left. I'll look that up later on if I remember. Ada. I don't know what ada means though. Ada. Hati-hati ada tikunan ke kiri. This is something, oh boy, a lot of trucks. Potentially interesting. I notice these guys ahead of me collecting money. Normally when you see people collecting money like this in the middle of the road, they're doing it to build a mosque. There's almost always a mosque right beside the street, and they're, you know, doing repairs or building the mosque, adding onto it. Oh boy, gotta get out of the way. A lot more trucks coming, and a bus. Jet bus 2+ Periwisata. Anyway, I'm just curious whether these guys are like fixing the road themselves and they're soliciting donations for their work, or whether they work for a government or a construction company. Anyway, I gotta wait here a second because there are just way too many trucks. And I was thinking about this because I saw documentaries from Africa recently where people would do this, where they would make their own job. They would maintain the road, and they would just take the initiative to do it privately by themselves. And then while they were doing that, they would ask for donations from people in exchange for fixing the road. Okay, the bulk of the trucks have passed. Whew, yeah, looks like there's a big climb up ahead too. So it's maybe a good idea to stop for a minute. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Selamat siang.
Selamat siang. Selamat siang. Alone.
Alone? Yeah, alone. So, Anda bisa bicara bahasa Inggris?
Sedikit.
Sedikit? What are you collecting money for? This is bahasa Indonesia.
Untuk makan.
Makan? Ah. Are you fixing the road for money? Like here?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Do you work for a company?
Enggak.
No? Oh, okay. Okay. Are you doing this for safety? to help the drivers.
Lakukan ini untuk keselamatan.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. They come down the hill fast. And this road is dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, right here. Okay. I understand. Saya mengerti. Mengerti. Yeah. Like this, apa itu?
Perbatasan. Batas. Mister.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Yes.
A snack. Thank you.
Money.
Yeah, you get money from the drivers. In the bahasa Indonesia, money.
Uang.
Uang? Uang.
Uang, ada uang.
So one of the drivers.
Kemana, Mister?
Hmm?
Mau pergi kemana?
Mau pergi.
Tujuan.
Indonesia, bahasa Indonesia.
Mau pergi kemana?
Bangkinan.
Ke?
Padang. Bukit Tinggi, Padang. Yeah.
Alon.
Yeah, alone. So one of the drivers gave them a snack instead of money, and they gave me one. Cake. I haven't had any breakfast, so this is my breakfast.
Tinggal di mana, Mister?
Tinggal di mana?
Home.
Saya dari Canada. Canada.
Pekerjaan. Profesi.
Profesi. Editor. Profesi is job. Oh, editor. Or yeah, writing. I am in Indonesia on holiday. Yeah, holiday. Bukit Tinggi, Padang. Take pictures. Oh.
Makasih, Mister.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Mana?
Thank you.
Terima kasih. No problem. All right. So I had a chat with those guys a little bit. You can probably figure out from the video what they're all about. But just to make it clear, as far as I can make out, they're not actually repairing the road. They don't have any equipment to do that. But what they're there to do, they put up a warning sign and they're controlling the flow of traffic. If people are coming down this hill too fast, they warn them to, slow down. And then if there's traffic coming from both directions, they make sure they go on opposite sides. Or if there's only one car, one truck, they direct them onto the less rough side. Anyway, they're just performing a safety community service in exchange for some donations. Looking into their bucket, most drivers give them 2,000 rupiah. And in the big cities, you see, well, not even in big cities, even in places like Bangkinan, there are parking attendants everywhere. They're wearing official orange vests or jackets. They seem to be official parking attendants, and they help people navigate their way out of a parking spot onto a busy road. And then the driver of the car may or may not give them some money in exchange. And from what I can tell, looking from a distance, they generally give them 2,000 rupiah. very small amount of money on its own, of course. Yeah, there's something up ahead. Actually, I remember David saying something about how on my way to Padang, I'll be crossing the equator. Totally forgot about that. And I wasn't aware of that at all. I wonder if this big gate up ahead, there's two gates. Maybe I'm leaving Riau province and entering another province, or maybe it's the equator. Could be wrong about the equator thing, but I have a memory of David telling me that. All right, this is steep. It's easily as steep as the steepest sections from yesterday. I don't know if roads can get any steeper than this without being impassable. At least not by my heavy bicycle and my weak legs. I think this is about the limit. Anything steeper than this, and I'd either break the chain or I'd have to get off the bike and push it. But to be honest, pushing this bike is harder than riding it. That's how it is with touring bikes. It's actually harder to, you don't have mechanical advantage when you're pushing. I can't really stop to look at these gates, to read them. If I come to a stop here, I probably can't get going again. So I have to get to the top of this hill, and then I can stop and look behind me and maybe figure out what these gates are all about. Pretty sure it has to be leaving Riau province and entering the next one. Oh, well, I flattened off just enough. I think I can safely stop here. I think I'll be able to get going again. So I'm off the bike for a minute. And yeah, as always, I think with the GoPro, you don't see gradient on cameras for some reason. It doesn't show you how steep things are. I hear people say that on YouTube all the time, whether they're moto vloggers or cycling vloggers or whatever. They're always talking about how steep the road is. And then they say, well, you won't be able to see it in the video. And I'll say the same thing. There's the road, and that's very steep. And here are the gates, and it's as I thought. It's basically a marker of the provincial boundary. Salamat datang di Provinsi Riau. So this is welcoming you to Riau province, assuming you're heading in that direction. And here we are, the downhill portion. Again, it goes by so quickly. I feel like I'm at rocket ship speeds there, but I only hit 55 kilometers per hour. I don't dare go any faster than that. Even that's too fast for me. It's too dangerous. Truck coming up behind me. around a curve, so gotta be careful. Gonna slow down here, let them pass me. The last thing you want is one of those trucks passing you on a blind curve, because they'll take it, they'll do it. Well, this is a long downhill. I guess almost all the climbing that I've done today, I'm using it all up now, going back down. Gotta keep my eyes on the road. Oh, this province, by the way, this is West Sumatra, and I knew that. When I was in Riau province, a lot of people would say to me basically, like, what are you doing in Riau province? There's nothing here. You should go to West Sumatra. That's where all the beautiful scenery is. You know, that's where the tourists go. Tourists go to West Sumatra. That's where you should go. So that's where I am now. I'm in West Sumatra.